you could say Trump is a certain way, you could say Biden a certain type of way, whatever else, but it all comes down to money and power at the end of the day. Trump understood that if he catered to this group of QAnon, crazies and Proud Boys and all these other type of people, that will become his base and that will get him elected and potentially reelected. Like you said, I've interviewed Russell Simmons. Me and Russell still talk. Russell was the one that introduced Trump to his wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Him and Trump used to hang out and drink and possibly do drugs and
fuck holes, all kind of things together. Yeah.
Sleep, have sex with women and whatever else back in the day, right?
Yeah.
They were cool. They were friends. Trump was the cool, like you said, Trump was the cool guy. There's a bunch of songs like, guess who's the black Trump? Like Raekwon said that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once he became in that position, he realized, listen, I'm not going to win as the guy that's cool with everyone. I got to pick a side.
Yeah.
And this side is gonna go gung ho for me. But if I'm just across the board trying to please everyone, I'm just gonna lose to whoever, in that case, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like I said, it doesn't really matter at the higher levels. People really are looking for money and power.
Yeah.
And
so are our children. And so are our children, right? Our children aren't looking at race. They're looking at what you just said, money and power.
Exactly. And I will say this, if you look at life like a game of soccer and you're trying to score a goal, if you wear a blindfold the whole time, you're not going to have a very high chance of scoring a goal. In fact, you might score a goal for the other team in the process of trying to score a goal for yourself. Right? If you don't know where the goal is or where you're heading towards, if you're just out there winging it, hoping that at some point you'll become rich, you'll become successful, you could feed your family, and you're just doing it to do it, you probably will never do it. But if you see the goal and say, look, I could become president one day because Obama did it. I could start my own label and become a multimillionaire one day because I've seen Master P do it. I could become a real estate mogul because I've seen this guy do it. You see what I'm saying? You now have a goal. You now have a direction to go to. You can now look at these people and say, well, what did they do to get to this point? Oh, okay, they did this, but they didn't do that. And even though they did this, they switched it around. And these are the type of people that they dealt with. And these are the type of moves that they made. You now have a goal, and now you have a much higher chance of doing it as opposed to trying to do something that's never been done before.
I'm glad you said that. You just explained what I've been trying to say. Fuck the rapper. Find out who Shawn Carter is. That's all you just explained what I've been trying to say, man. Fuck the rapper. Find out who Shawn Carter is.
Any young person who's watching this should not look at a 20-something-year-old millionaire and say, that's what I'm trying to do. Most millionaires are, on average, are around 60 years old.
Yeah. So
right? Those are the people who on average, are worth $1 million and more. Take a look at those people instead of saying, well, they old and they don't matter. Nah. Money is going to be money.
At whatever age.
Whatever it is, I don't care if it's cash, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, francs, pesos, whatever. It's always going to be money. The rules of money are never going to change. The rules of value are never going to change. Look at the OGs. Look at the guys that have made the money and kept it. And kept growing it year after year. When I started making money, I wasn't looking at Chris Brown. I was looking at Warren Buffett.
Yes, sir.
Right? Chris Brown I can't use a Chris Brown roadmap to get rich. I can't sing. I can't dance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a pretty boy. Whatever he had that he was born with or developed, I can't achieve that. But I looked at Warren Buffett and said, oh, okay, he bought stock in Coca-Cola in the 80s. He put in about 100 million of his money. That's worth about 30 billion now. Now this makes sense to me because I could buy Coca-Cola stock right now. Let me see what he buys every 3 months. I could actually look it up. It's public information. That changed my whole mind state of building wealth. And in 2022, the basis of my wealth is in the stock market. That completely changed my life.
I did what you did, right? I created a character. I didn't know what to do, right? I knew I wanted to work with kids in the community. Just think if Warren Buffett had a fictitious name that he went by, and you never got to know what Warren Buffett does, right? You just know what Jay-Z do, right? You never know what Shawn Carter does. It wasn't until Eddie Murphy and them dropped the movie Dolomite on Netflix, man. And I realized that Rudy Ray Moore was playing Dolomite, right? Rudy Ray Moore went and done the things, but I've been looking at Dolomite, talking crazy, nasty, dirty, and I didn't understand how it took and what it took to create. So that's all I be saying, man. Don't get stuck on that character rapper. Find out who he is, what kind of hustle he had, what type of game he got to get here. Jay-Z didn't get there. Whoever Shawn Carter is, homie.
Right.
Whatever evolution Shawn Carter had to take from being a drug dealer, man, bring that to my children. Don't keep pushing Jay-Z out there. Cause then you got all you know is Jay-Z and Damon Dash. And so you go with the story and the narrative and you miss the truth about how Jay-Z got to where he is by the work ethic that Shawn Carter has.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Same with Tupac.
Right.
The work ethic that Tupac Shakur had.